That's it's a great question and could be taken so many different ways. I tend to find people more impressive than companies. I think that if you look at almost any company that has grown quickly over the past decade, you'll see founders and founding teams who are full of exceptional individuals who are able to think creatively and on the fly. They're able to evaluate problems in a way that allows them to simplify them and really understand the core of the issue and how to move forward. And you'll find people who are dedicated and driven to their mission. And those are the kind of people that, quite frankly, I am most impressed by. Um, you know, it uh, it really comes down to understanding how to navigate the world of building something new more than anything else. And it could be a company, it could be a political movement, it could be any organization where you need to bring together people and ideas in order to affect change. And the human skills needed are the same: integrity and creating that feeling of forward progress and motion that makes people want to get involved with it. Uh, and so, companies over the past few months that I've learned about that I've been really impressed with. Uh, there's a company I mean, obviously the education space is incredible right now. I think what people are doing at, Michael K at Skillshare, or, what the guys are contemplating right now over at General Assembly are really, really impressive. That being said, I think that the online marketing space is also really, really interesting in how social it's becoming. You've seen recent acquisitions of companies like Buddy Media or Involver, and you realize that enterprise is really starting to take social very seriously. Salesforce is integrating. They just acquired Radian6, or not just, but a few months ago, and are really seeking to integrate social into everything they're doing. Microsoft just paid a lot of money. I can debate whether or not too much, but a lot of money for Yammer. You've seen these exits all integrating social into enterprise in a way that I think is really encouraging for the future of business in general. Um, at the same time, there's a whole new group of like young companies that are doing incredible work. Ben Milne and the Dwala team are doing fantastic work around sort of payment solutions that I think is going to be, absolutely game changing. Um, you've got hotbeds of new, like you're starting to see startup communities develop and incubators develop in cities and areas around the country and around the world, quite frankly, but especially around the country that we never experienced before. Like New Orleans now has a thriving community of startups. Los Angeles has, Silicon Beach, as it's being referred to, has dozens of great companies and even a few really impressive incubators starting up. Peter Pham and what he's doing over at Science is great. And you've got some great companies in that organization. Austin, Texas, actually been around for a few years now in terms of its startup scene, but you know, maybe it's partially driven by Southwest and the fact that the entire tech industry descends on the town for a week in March. But it's a fantastic, fantastic community for startups right now. I think that New York has clearly already jumped the shark, and you're starting to see, articles in the New York Times a couple weeks ago where Doug Imbruce of Quickie was profiled as a company that actually left San Francisco to move to New York. So you're starting to see a lot more movement around different parts of the country and areas where people can start companies and build companies really effectively. And so I think that diffusion of talent and the general interest in startups around the country is something that is not just healthy, but I would argue critical for our country and for our economy, and something that I'm personally really excited about. So, obviously we could go on this for a long time, but there's a lot of really cool stuff happening right now. And a lot of it being driven by organizations like the YEC. So, thank you to those guys for putting this on and for having me here.